So you're thinking of withdrawing and finally off-ramping your crypto profits, but you've heard those horror stories about banks freezing assets and closing accounts. In this video, I'm going to dive into the best UK bank accounts to use for crypto withdrawals in 2025. So the top two in this video can kind of be interchanged. I'd probably recommend whichever you already have an account with. And the first here is Revolut. Revolut themselves actually have their own crypto platform. So inside the app, you can buy and sell crypto. But of course, in this instance, we're going to be using just their bank features for off-ramping. Since they offer their own crypto services, they are on paper the most crypto-friendly bank platform. If you already are a Revolut account holder, you can simply enter your Revolut bank account details, so your account number and sort code, for your withdrawal on any crypto exchange, and it should work flawlessly. This is probably the most popular platform that people are currently using for on and off ramping crypto. And again, that's why it is the #1 spot in today's video. In a close second, we have Monzo. So again, a lot of people in terms of recommending crypto bank accounts, it's either Revolut or it's Monzo. Pretty much those are the only two that people largely recommend. Again, Monzo is a standard bank. I'm sure you have a Monzo account. You can simply just withdraw into your Monzo account. I feel like these internet bank platforms are a lot more crypto friendly, of course, more embracing of the digital world. But of course, there still can be some slight drawbacks with any bank account themselves. You don't want some suspicious looking transactions. So you want to start small with your withdrawals and then ramp them up over time. The truth is, it doesn't matter too much which bank you are using. All banks will have to do the fraud and AML checks. Of course, you have those stories about people having frozen funds. If you have that unfortunate case, you do simply just have to provide your proof of transactions and proof of earnings/income. Providing you're not committing fraud, you're completely fine. Of course, it may be a bit of a headache, which is why I recommend using Revolut or using Monzo, but you might actually want to just be using your current bank account. The longer you've had your account, the more transaction volume you've done, and the more large payments you've done in that bank account are probably the three biggest factors. For example, let's take two scenarios. First off, you could sign up for Revolut and make a brand new account. Or on the other side, for example, you had a Santander account, you've had this account for literally 10 years, and you've already processed hundreds of thousands of pounds through that account. Which would I recommend? Probably the Santander account, because again, you have a large banking history, you've processed a lot of funds already, maybe you've done a few large transactions. When you are doing your withdrawal, do not, this is the worst thing to do not do a large withdrawal all in one chunk the first time. Say you're trying to withdraw or off-ramp £100,000. Do not just withdraw all of that in one go. Of course, people do that and it gets flagged and they wonder why. That's a huge shock to your bank account. What I recommend, depending on how quickly you need the funds, is do regular withdrawals monthly, or if you need it on a quicker time frame, you can do those weekly. And make these withdrawals around a similar kind of normal amount. For example, you may do £3,000 every month. And of course, you could maybe up it a little bit each month, but you want to keep it around a similar figure to not raise alarm bells of a large suspicious transaction. These are more of the important steps about getting it flagged. If you're withdrawing small amounts of funds, pretty much any bank should be fine. I know some banks are fully anti-crypto, but you can of course just make a Revolut account and use that. So in short, a lot of it is based on banking history, transaction history, and of course, just how long you've had these accounts. If you're looking to set one up, I would recommend setting up a Monzo or a Revolut. However, use those accounts first. Don't set it up and do a withdrawal the next day, because again, that seems suspicious. You want to set up these accounts, use them just a bit, kind of build up a small reputation with that bank, and then when you do your withdrawals, you'll be totally fine. Personally, for me, I have a Monzo, a Revolut, and a Santander. I've been with Santander for a long time, so that is where I currently use for off-ramping, and I've never had an issue. I'm sure you can share some stories down below. What bank are you using? Again, if you're using it for a while, it should be fine with your crypto withdrawals. But the most important thing is make sure you don't do a large sum withdrawal in one go. Just split it up. Even if you're splitting up every single day, that looks a lot better than one random, huge, large sum. If you want to know the best crypto exchanges to use though for your off-ramping, you can check out the video up here, and I'll see you over there.